Well, hello and welcome. My name's Gwen Houghton, and you are watching Astro Tarot Soul Vision. This new moon report is for July 4th, 2016. I'm going to be doing this a couple of days ahead of time because there's a lot going on, and we've got the holiday weekend coming up here in New Hampshire. The new moon will be happening at 7:01 a.m. That's Eastern Standard Time. So we have a new moon in Cancer. We also have the sun in Cancer. We also have a couple other signs in Cancer. So that's a lot of cardinal energy. Cardinal is about moving forward. Brand new endeavors. And the Cancer energy is a watery sign, which represents the feminine energy. The Cancer, the placement of Cancer, its natural planet is the moon. But we also have the sun in Cancer, and the sun is our urge to create and manifest into the physical world. So we've got this duality going on between what we want to be, what we want to do in the physical world, and what do we want to be known for, how we want to be around others. And we've got this need for verifying who we are on the inside as well, because the Cancer goes deep within the depths of our soul. That's our soul's yearning, our need to be at home with ourselves and safe within our body. We also have a couple other signs marching through in Cancer as well. And the other signs are, just so people who are into astrology, we have Venus that moved into Cancer on June 17th, and we have Mercury that just went into Cancer on June 29th. What's interesting is they're all right on the opposite side of all these four signs in with this Cancer, these four planets in Cancer, and on the opposite side of that is Mars in Scorpio, and there's just this energy. It just stationed direct, and the sense I'm getting is it's like, okay, what are you going to do? And then we've also got, on top of that, I'm sorry, I had to make notes. So there is this other energy that is Mars, and Mars is in opposition and is to these four planets. And it's saying, what are you going to do? Where do you want to see yourself in 10 years? And it's like knocking on the door like, hello. And we've just been in this, this this air energy of Gemini. Everything marched through Gemini a few weeks ago, and now it's kind of in Cancer, and it's hitting us like, in our emotions. It's the emotional body, it's the soul, where the Gemini energy is the mental body. It's one thing to be able to have all these ideas and think about this and think about that, but when you bring that energy into your heart, it's like, is this really what I want to do? Is this really who I want to be? And is this really, the outcome that I see myself coming out with, in someplace in 10 years? Am I going to do something that's so radical that I'm completely changing the dynamics of who I really am based on what I think I want to do and who I think I want to be? It's the external versus the internal. And, the external self, the human wants to succeed. We want to have money. We want to have the home of our dreams. We want to have we want to have this family around us. We want, it's the American dream, that's just what it's like we all just want to have our place in this universe. But it's got to be consistent with what's going on the inside. And the way I see it is, if we don't have it on the inside, we can't have it on the outside. No matter how hard we try, no matter what we do, no matter what title we get, no matter how many classes we take, no matter what job, position we have in the company. You could be a CEO, and we see this a lot with movie stars and singers and really famous people. They turn out to be, after they've committed suicide or died of an overdose, we find out that they were depressed. And, I think about that, and it's like we drive ourselves. We think, oh, maybe if I just do this one more thing, I will, be happy. And that's the illusion that society has given us. That's the illusion of what we've been taught. The reality of it is it needs to start inside. And this Cancer energy it's very, very deep. I have my sun is in Taurus and my moon is in Cancer. So I have been dealing with the duality my whole life. And as I sat in this energy before I started the video, I could feel it. And it was in the depths, the deepest depths of my soul. And that's really what I want to present to you. That's what I want you to think about as you go through this weekend, as you as you enjoy your family, as you enjoy your time off, and we're in New England. Those of us who live along the coast, this is also one of the most. It's the busiest time of the year. This is, if you work, if you're in any kind of restaurant work or any retail work, this can be one of the busiest times of the year. And it's supposed to be a beautiful, beautiful weekend. But as you go through your weekend, no matter what it is that you're doing, I want you to think about the satisfaction that you get in your everyday world. And be able to bridge that gap between the external and the internal. I talk about the soul and doing things on a soul level. On a soul level, it's the simple things that will make us happy. And that connection between the soul self, that inner self, and the exterior self, that connection is what brings that sense of gratitude. We can't just say, oh, I'm grateful for this. There's a gratitude is something that happens, like compassion. When you feel it, when you feel the connection, you can feel gratitude. And once you feel that gratitude, it's something that's very memorable. I know when I first felt it, I was like, wow, this is what everybody's talking about. But I didn't get there the way I thought I was going to get there. So I know I'm going round and round about this, but with that sun in Cancer, there's that urge to shine, the urge to be, seen, the urge to be noticed, and it's okay. That's what humans do. But on the internal level, we have this urge to be fulfilled. We have this urge to feel love. And we need to understand that we need to feed that love. We need to nurture that love for ourselves. And it's a very difficult thing to do. I mean, I've been doing this for I don't even know how many years, and it's a weird thing. Where I have this Cancer moon, I do struggle with what does everybody else think about me? What if somebody doesn't like me? What if that person's better than I am? And it really kind of get in your head and hang you up. And the way the way I can notice it is I am aware of the self-talk. And that's the thing about being aware. We need to have an awareness. People talk about this great awakening, and it's awakening to who you are, and it's awakening to your true self. And the way you do that is through awareness. And, in the metaphysical community, we do that through meditation and coming into the present moment. But people are so caught up in trying to be aware and in the present moment, they're not understanding that they're supposed to be thinking, they're supposed to be comprehending the thoughts that are the self-chatter, the self-talk. And that's what I do. We all have this constant talk that's going on behind the scenes all day, every day, and even at night. When we go to sleep, it's in dreams, and the dreams get kind of crazy because we're still trying to assimilate information. That's the beauty of being human, and that's the beastly part of being human, is we can, the mind can go wherever. It's boundless. And we do have this boundless energy because we've got, there's also something in Pisces, and Neptune. Neptune is in Pisces, and it's retrograde. So it's asking us to, what is that? It's asking us, okay, what is that self-talk about? Is it slander? Am I putting myself down? Am I comparing myself to somebody else? And that's when you can kind of switch it around. You're like, oh, well, why am I thinking about that? Why don't I just focus on what I'm doing right now? Look at how far I've come from, 1 year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. And, how much I've grown, different. That's how you change yourself. And that's how you change your mind, with this recognizing the self-talk and turning the self-talk around. So that's the energy that I'm feeling for this Cancer energy. It's very deep. It's very passionate. It's almost unbridled, and because emotions run deep, and it's hitting us. It's hitting us. All at the same time, and we're being instigated by this opposition of. Sorry, I can't remember. I think it's of. We've got this opposition of Mars. That is in Mars. Where are you, Mars? Mars. Sorry, I lost it. Anyway, it's got this opposition of Mars that is in Scorpio, which is it's fixed, but it's water as well, and it's also that masculine energy, and there's all this feminine energy Cancer is feminine energy. You know, the glyph represents the you know, the breasts, the mother, the earth. You know, and it's part of that mothering, that earth energy. So it's the moon, but you know, the moon and the earth work in symbiotic relationship with each other. I mean, we're very much, we're, you know, as humans, we are very much driven by the moon and the moon cycles. And the moon cycle changes signs every 2.5 days. You know, so we're going through every single aspect of ourselves once a month, and I've talked about this before. But we've got this unique opportunity where for some reason all the signs are all together. There's like 4 signs all in Cancer. They were all in Gemini before, and they were all in Taurus before that. And so they're marching through the astrological calendar, and they're asking us, okay, how do you feel about this? Okay, what's your thoughts on this? Okay, you know, what do you want to manifest? And it's going click, click, click through every single sign. And so that's why this period is so important. That's why so many people are like, you know, this is the age of awakening. You know, and we've got this whole new age movement going on. But really, this new age movement is about understanding ourselves as humans on a different level, so that we can be more productive. So we don't have to sit there and watch the news and go, what the frig is going on? You know, we're like, those people need to wake the fuck up, sorry. Okay? And we need to wake the fuck up. So we can start living like, you know, and not be barbarics, and live, you know, an intelligent, resourceful life. You know, so that's kind of like the bottom line. That's the gist of it. And that's what we're being challenged to do this year particularly. I feel like this is like the crux of it. Like, okay, should have get off the pot time. So anyway, that's the energy. Like I said, it's pretty intense. It's emotional. I'm going to go into the meditation and calm myself down, and then I'll do the tarot reading. So the first part of the awakening that I was talking about is being able to focus on the present moment, so that you can focus on what your self-talk is. So you can focus on what it is that your brain is saying to you. You know, there's always this chatter going on. It's about focusing in on that chatter and that self-talk, and understanding that you are having this dialogue, constant dialogue with yourself. The second part of the awakening process is understanding that we are all psychic. And a lot of people have this thought that we are not in control of ourselves. Well, when you don't understand that you're psychic and you're empathic, and you're picking up on everybody's energies, it is very difficult to have any control of yourself whatsoever, and you end up going with the masses. You know, you end up going more, you know, it's more of a general, you know, going with the general populace. And that is, or going with the dominant energy. So that's the second part, is understanding that you're psychic and empathic and you're picking up on other people's thoughts. And then the third part is separating yourself out from that other energy, from those other people, so that you can decide for yourself what your thoughts are and where you want to go and how you want to go about making an impression, you know, in your lifetime, you know, where, you know, and it's the road less, you know, taken, but, you know, and having that control of your life. And so I feel like it's important to say all this now where we have all this. You know, I'm just wide open to spirit right now, even though I've got the moon. I'm doing this as the moon is in Taurus with the sun in Cancer, which is still, it's flip-flop for me, but I still feel very, very comfortable and very open in this energy. With me, I have the Shiva stone. And the Shiva stone represents, this is a rare black Shiva stone, and it represents both the feminine and the male aspects, and it also represents the cosmic egg, which is the beginning of all of the universe, you know, and so there's a lot of magic and a lot of energy in this stone. And so it's also very highly protective, and you're able, when you focus on this, you have the ability to go deep within yourself and connect with spirit. So we will start this meditation with Miss Shiva, and just close your eyes and take a couple of deep breaths and start to picture this beautiful ball of white light above your head, and this white light is filled with love and calming energy. And just bring this beautiful white light down into your head, gently rocking your head back and forth, ear to ear. It just helps relieve any tension. We hold so much tension in the back of our head. Open up that pineal gland, open up that space, that intuitive space in the back of your neck. And start bringing this beautiful white light down into your neck and shoulders, relaxing as you go. And picture yourself cradled in the arms of the mother. In a safe place, in a cave, wherever it is, that's the safest place for you. The place where you feel safe. It could be on the shore of the ocean. It could be in a tree. Wherever it is, just picture yourself in that place as you bring this beautiful white light down into your chest. Breathe it into your chest and exhale out through your arms. This beautiful white light continues down through your arms and down through your waist. And bring this beautiful white light down into your legs and your knees. And this beautiful white light continues down into your ankles and your toes, all the way down into ground. And Earth Mother takes any unwanted energies and she transmutes them into love and light. And bring beautiful green healing energy up from the earth, up into your toes and feet. And this beautiful green healing energy continues up into your ankles, up into your knees. And continue bringing this beautiful green healing energy up into your hips and waist. And as you bring this beautiful green healing energy up into your chest, breathe it in, exhale out. And this beautiful green healing energy continues up through your arms, up into your neck and head, all the way up into the heavens. And this connects us with all of the universe. You can just open your eyes and wiggle your toes and fingers. The other thing I wanted to say about the Shiva stone is it represents all the different elements. It represents earth, air, fire, and water. And so that I feel like with the Cancer moon in Cancer and the sun in Cancer, we're being asked to find that balance within our life, and that includes the balancing all the different aspects of us. So the first card that I'm going to pick is from my Animal Speak deck, and this card represents the energy for the next 2+ weeks, because I'm doing this on June 30th with and it's the Gila Monster. Maintain control in beliefs. And the Gila Monster has a bunch of eggs with her, and she is protecting her eggs. She's protecting her eggs fiercely. She can ward off any animals that are going to try to take her eggs from her, and she's ferocious. And what's interesting about the Cancer moon and Cancer sun is the Cancer is very deep in emotional energy, and it's also we can be very ferocious in how we go about. If the emotions get high, there can be a lot of misspoken words, and so it'll be that balance is understanding how you feel and trying to control that urge, that emotional urge that can kind of come out of nowhere sometimes. So and also understanding that there is this energy of wanting to just make everybody happy, and it's a very difficult balance sometimes, because when you're trying to walk around and dance around and try to make everybody happy, you're not focusing on yourself. And I know this. I do it a lot. It's my natural tendency is I just want everybody to be happy. And so I'm not even thinking about what I want or how I feel. So just take that time for yourself. The next couple of weeks, this is going to be the weekend, especially even going into next week. I'm feeling like it can be a very vulnerable time where you just need to nurture yourself, and you need to be able to take that time for yourself and acknowledge your emotional body. The emotional body is so misunderstood, and that's what that Cancer energy is, very representative of the emotional body. And a lot of people don't like going there because it's the emotions that kind of get in the way. It's the emotions that take over. It's the emotions that have control. People do things out of fear, and out of because they're feeling so emotional. And I was thinking emotional and vulnerable at the same time. So the Empress, the number 3, representing past the present situation, understanding the moon, understanding the cycles, understanding your life cycles, understanding that there is a time and a place for everything. Representing the feminine energy. There's going to be a huge shift in energy, because there's been a lot of masculine energy the past few months, and this feminine energy is coming in. And I'm not saying that there's a time and a place for the masculine energy, but the feminine energy is more intuitive. It's a deeper. It's not like the male energy. A lot of times is superficial. Let's get it done. It's just like that Mars that I was talking about, that's opposing all this energy. That Mars energy is like, okay, what's this going to look like in 10 years? Where do you want to be in 10 years? What are you going to do to get this done? And this is the feminine side going, okay, but we need to understand that I want to enjoy the next 10 years. I want to enjoy my life. I want to enjoy what I'm doing. I want to enjoy my family, and because that's what life is all about. And what can I do? The balance is like, what can I do to make it all happen? And sometimes it just seems like a conflict. It's like, no, I have to go off and do this job so that I can have the money to go get in my boat and go, take a ride on the weekends. And so there's this duality. But when are you going to, like, how far are you going to go before you sell out, before you sell your soul? So it's kind of like that fire energy, the Ace of Wands, that new energy. This is the insight, understanding that we do have this energy coming through, and it can be very productive. It can burn away the old. And that's part of this reconstruction that we're going through. It is about burning away the old and the old hurts and the old feelings, which is part of, sometimes the Cancer energy likes to hold on to feelings and hurts and in pattern. There's a pattern there. This person hurt me and blah blah blah, and it's the same old story. And this is where we can get ourselves into trouble. The indolence. This is where you can kind of get caught up in the same old cycle. And right now, the universe is not asking us. The universe is saying, this is an old cycle and we need to break through it. And there's really, it's going to happen one way or another, so let's do it consciously. And it's breaking through that old cycle and saying, you know what? Did I have control over that person? How is that person? Look at how long this person has been affecting me, because I let this person do it. And this person has his own problems, her own problems, and this person has got their own shit to deal with. I need to deal with my own shit, and they need to deal with theirs. And person, place, or thing, whether it's a job, whether it's a boss, whether it's a loved one, whether it's a lover, it's the same energy. And so take that energy and see where it pertains to you in your life, because this is like a very broad reading. So that's the insight, wisdom, and the knowledge of understanding that, like I was saying before, there's a process of awakening that we go through. And you start out with the awareness, and then you say, okay, everybody's intuitive, everybody's psychic. I'm following the masses because I'm not in control. I'm not feeling in control because I understand that I'm connecting with all this external energy, and I need to focus in on my internal energy so I can be independent of the external energy. And this is insight, wisdom, knowledge. And this is understanding that we all have these capabilities. It's not just, the chosen few, people. That's the other new age thing, paradigm that we need to start, coming to terms with. This thing, there is no master. We are the masters. We are each the master of our interior self. And this illusion that there is an exterior master is just that. It's an illusion, but it keeps us on a leash, and that's what the leaders, the politicians, society wants us to believe, that there is this exterior master, that this puppeteer that is, calling the show. And they are only calling the show because the masses are not awakened to the truth that we can disconnect from that mass energy and find our individualism through ourselves. And the outcome, and look at that. I mean, it's a beautiful, I love this card. It's so beautiful. It's the 8 of discs, and it's prudence. But look at there's this, the tree, and it's in flower, and the flowers are beautiful. And that is what we can create for ourselves. This is what we can create in our world with this energy. And this 2-week cycle, I can't put emphasis on it enough. I don't fully understand why. The universe will only give us so much information, but the energy is ripe. It's sitting there, it's right there, and it's for us to tap into so that we can understand ourselves. So we can move forward and do the things that we want to do. That's for our highest good, and it's for our physical self, and it's for our mental self, it's for our emotional self, it's for our energetic self, it's for our whole self. So with that, I leave you. Hail and farewell, and have a beautiful, beautiful 4th of July Independence weekend.